Hey, welcome back to another edition of Coaching with KB, your career coach. So today I wanted to come and bring some information to you that I was thinking about. I was just processing and I was thinking, a lot of times we do things that it's just not in our wheelhouse, or we are pursuing things that just doesn't line up with our strengths. It's something that we just don't have an interest in. And one of those things that is hard to solve for if you're somewhere that you don't want to be. And it shows, so I think it's really important to identify things, understanding who you are, doing a deep dive in who you are. I've done deep dives with coaches who have helped me further understand who I am, but maybe I already knew who I was to some degree, but maybe they even helped me go a layer deeper and be able to put words and effectively communicate the hunch that I already had about myself. And where this is going to come into play is playing to your strengths, like understanding what your strengths are, and then lining up your strengths with your career field, a career path, and making sure you're operating, as I call it, your superpower. So that's really important. A lot of times that we see other people's superpower and we think, we are in awe of that, but maybe that's their superpower and is meant for them to do that specific thing. And sometimes if you're not careful, you can start comparing, and then you're trying to do what they're doing, but that's not meant for you. It's meant for them. And what I always call that is dumbing down, or dimming your light and dimming your superpower. I always, when I'm talking to coaching clients or people that's reaching out to me for career advice, and we're talking about career, we're talking about life in general, I always equate it to like the Avengers superpowers. You never see the Hulk mad that he doesn't have Black Panther's power or Captain America's power. No, the Hulk is on the team for his superpower, not his weakness. He gets angry sometimes and is not able to control himself. No, they need Hulk to smash things, bring that to the table. That is your superpower. Now, I will say it is important to, as you're growing a team, and if you have some influence on the hiring decision, it is important to bring other people that may not have the skill set that you have. And maybe you don't have influence from a hiring perspective. Maybe you are the lead of a project. If you understand what your superpower is, you also understand the areas that you aren't strong in. And so you may need to partner with people where that is their superpower. For example, for me, in many projects that I've been brought into sometimes, is I love public speaking. I enjoy public speaking. I'm really good at it. I have the pregame jitters, but it doesn't really bother me that much as long as I understand the topic, what we're doing, and so that really doesn't bother me that much. And so now there are some people that public speaking is really not their thing, and they prefer to be behind the scenes, behind the camera. But my other superpower is I'm very strategic. I can overlook something, I can provide feedback, and I'm really good at tweaking things, and I have that eye of like continuous improvement. And so I'm able to bring that creativity to projects. But getting into the detail of things, I absolutely do not like making PowerPoint presentations. I will if I have to. That's part of it. There are some people that you can partner with that are very, very strong at PowerPoint presentation, feel like really getting into the detail of things, and bringing those two skill sets together. It magic happens. No one feels like it's kind of a mutual exchange. It's a partnership working together for a common goal to produce some quality result and complete that project. And it's a win-win for all involved. And so that's what it looks like of taking your superpowers and people valuing your superpowers, and then you're valuing what someone else's superpower is, which is not a strength of yours, and bringing them together. And magic happens. And so the reason I said this is the whole purpose of this video is you may need to identify what your superpower is, what you're strong at, what gives you energy. Because sometimes we focus on trying to strengthen areas that we're going to be mediocre at best, and we spend all the time trying to fix the weaknesses. But maybe you may not need to spend any time there. Maybe you need to double down on your strength and pick a career that will really be able to leverage your strengths, and it will give you energy in the process, and you will shine like a light. You will shine like a star because you are a star and you're operating in your superpower. And you're going somewhere where you're celebrated and not tolerated, and people can recognize that particular natural abilities. Now, obviously, there is something between talent and skill. And so there may be some upskilling needs to happen, and you need to learn a job and things of that nature. And so there are ways that you can understand more about yourself. And I can help you with that on a coaching call. I can help you with that on a coaching call to kind of maybe uncover that a little bit more in depth and maybe talk through it, and maybe see how we can leverage that as you're moving in your career field. Maybe you've already identified a career field, and maybe you just may need to have a deeper understanding of who you are as a person. That's cool too. Yes, coaching is also about solving maybe an immediate thing that you're trying to solve for, whether it be, you're negotiating an offer, you're currently on a job hunt, you're changing careers, maybe you need to negotiate an offer, anything in between. And sometimes it might have a life aspect that's connected to your career as well, and you maybe need to kind of talk through some of that as well. And so definitely your career, a lot of times we're doing what we're doing because sure, we may be interested in it, but we also doing it for our families. And so there may be some things to unpack there as you're making a strategic move. If that's you, reach out, book a session, and I can help you navigate that. I hadn't had a person ever come back and said that they didn't get value out of our conversations, and gave them some things to really process and think about and think through, and brought clarity. That's the biggest thing. Clarity is value. So getting clarity in where you're going is extreme value. And the last thing I share is you don't want to go on this journey alone. Hey, I have people that I reach out to help me navigate things that I'm trying to navigate through. So the coach need a coach, trainer need a trainer, the consultant need a consultant. It's all about having a growth mindset and being a student when you need to be a student, but then also there may be opportunities where you can be the teacher, where you can now help someone. And so in this scenario, if you need some help, feel free to reach out. The link is how you can reach me to book a session. It's below in the description. Until the next video, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day. Later.